This is why 7 games, even though it's long and it's spread out and it can be hard to pay attention for those of us with that sports ADD that we want answers to who's the champion now. Ultimately, partially with the help of an injury to Halliburton, but mostly because they're just better, the Thunder are going to win the series. Which is why it's a 7-game series. If there's a 1-game series, that's an unbelievable comeback, an unbelievable win, and the Pacers are your champion. It's not, and generally, not always, the better team wins. Or the healthier team wins. And in this case, the better, healthier team will win. They will win. Now, I will say this about this is a weird one with Oklahoma City. Weird from this standpoint that on some level it's bad for the NBA because small markets don't have big ratings, and the Thunder are good, and they're going to be good. Are they going to be a champion 10 times over? I don't know. I don't know how they react to what's going to be a late summer of celebration in Oklahoma, right? Everybody can say, hey, look, I'm based upon talent, but you can lose yourself when you're the toast of an absolute state, not just town, a state, and you got like a month to go celebrate, or maybe 2 months to go celebrate. But they're going to be good for a while. And if you're going to be good for a while, and you're a small market, and you don't have huge names, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an outstanding basketball player. I don't think he'll ever be some amazing corporate superstar, the likes of which we've seen, even from a Damian Lillard, who he's a much better player than Damian Lillard. Okay, but Damian Lillard, because of Oakland, because he can rap, because he has a really cool personal story with Weber State. It feels like Damian Lillard has kind of broken through, even though his game is not as good as Shai's game. But if you don't have a superstar, if you don't have a Durant, you don't have a Westbrook, you don't have somebody who will be a ratings draw, and you have a really good team, it's going to be a bit of a problem for the NBA. Not a huge problem because people are still watching, but the overall ratings when they're in big games won't be great. That said, I do think it's great from the NBA or all professional sports because here's a market that when they first got there, it wasn't big enough. It shouldn't have been able to support an NBA team. The only reason they ever got a team was because of Hurricane Katrina. Right? They had Hurricane Katrina, so they got the Pelicans for 2 years, and they only got the Pelicans for 2 years because you had a bunch of local businessmen who were like, hey, we don't care if we lose money. We just want our city to be recognized as a major league city. So they get the then Hornets, make it work. Hornets go back, and Hornets didn't want to go back. They were kind of forced to go back. Like, it's New Orleans, you can't lose the team. Clay Bennett goes and buys the Sonics. They move the Sonics, and the rest, as they say, is history. They got an unbelievable GM who's been able to sustain, for the most part, successful teams year after year after year. But the home court advantage, the crowd showing up, which that's what it was like at Oklahoma State when I played. That's what it's like in Oklahoma in football. It's the combination of those two, which, by the way, has hurt both of those crowds, OU football and OSU basketball. But they're more like collegiate fans. They show up at the airport, win or lose. They cheer for you when you're down 20. They don't walk out. Right? They wear team colors like their school colors. It's a completely different vibe. And we've seen this in the NBA before. Sacramento has had it. A couple other small market teams have had it. But the uniqueness of this story, a city that was that small when they got the team, a team that traded away star players who weren't going to be there anymore and used it to get draft picks and traded for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he became an MVP. All these things are an unbelievable, unique story, which is a great thing. Not as many people will hear it or watch it because of the size of the market.